Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the beautiful chocolate-scented world of Switzerland. Now, whether you're planning a visit to the stunning Alps, sampling some of the finest cheeses, or simply enjoying a scenic train ride, there are a few cultural norms you'll want to keep in mind to ensure your trip is as smooth as a Swiss fondue. So, grab your hiking boots, your best yodeling voice, and let's get started on how to navigate the delightful quirks of Swiss culture. First things first, let's talk about punctuality. In Switzerland, being on time is not just a courtesy, it's a way of life. If you've ever been late to a meeting or a social gathering, you might want to rethink your approach here. The Swiss take their schedules seriously. If you're meeting someone at 3 p.m., you better believe they'll be there at 2:59 p.m. And if you stroll in at 3:05 p.m., prepare for some serious side-eye. So, set your watches, synchronize your clocks, and maybe even arrive a little early. Trust me, your Swiss friends will appreciate it. Now let's move on to greetings. When you meet someone in Switzerland, a firm handshake is the way to go. No limp fish or overzealous bear hugs here. Just a nice, confident handshake accompanied by a friendly smile. And don't forget to make eye contact. It's a sign of respect. If you're in a more casual setting, a simple grüezi in German-speaking regions or bonjour in French-speaking areas will go a long way. Just remember, the Swiss are a bit reserved at first, so don't be surprised if you don't get a warm embrace right off the bat. They'll warm up to you, but it might take a little time. Think of it as a slow-cooked fondue, melting into deliciousness. Speaking of food, let's chat about dining etiquette. If you're invited to someone's home for dinner, consider yourself lucky. Swiss hospitality is top-notch. When you arrive, it's customary to bring a small gift, like flowers or chocolates. And when it comes to dining, keep your hands on the table, but don't rest your elbows on it. It's a subtle but important distinction. Also, remember to wait for your host to say Guten Appetit or Bon Appetit before diving into your meal. And if you're offered cheese fondue, don't be shy. Just remember, if you drop your bread into the pot, you owe your dining companions a round of drinks. So, keep a steady hand and enjoy every gooey bite. Now, let's talk about public transportation. Switzerland is famous for its efficient and punctual train system, and you'll want to take full advantage of it. But here's a little tip. Keep your voice down while on public transport. The Swiss value their tranquility, and a loud conversation can be a major faux pas. So, if you're traveling with friends, keep those excited whispers to a minimum. And please, don't put your feet up on the seats, unless you want to be the subject of some serious Swiss side-eye. When you're out and about, you might notice that the Swiss are generally a reserved bunch. They're polite and friendly, but don't expect strangers to strike up a conversation with you on the train or in a cafe. It's not that they're unfriendly, they just appreciate their personal space. So, if you're looking for a chat, you might have to initiate it yourself. A simple, "How's your day going?" "Bien, monsieur, bien, Himans," can break the ice, but be prepared for a short response. The Swiss are masters of brevity. Now let's touch on the topic of recycling and environmental consciousness. Switzerland is one of the world's leaders in sustainability, and the locals take their recycling seriously. You'll notice bins for different types of waste everywhere you go. So if you're planning on tossing something away, take a moment to sort it properly. Trust me, the Swiss will appreciate your efforts, and you'll feel like a responsible global citizen. And speaking of being responsible, let's chat about outdoor etiquette. With stunning landscapes all around, you'll likely want to explore the great outdoors. Whether you're hiking in the Alps or strolling through a picturesque village, remember to stick to the paths and respect nature. Littering is a big no-no, and if you're hiking, make sure to follow any posted signs and guidelines. The Swiss love their nature, and they expect visitors to do the same. Now let's talk about some things to avoid while you're in Switzerland. First up, don't bring up politics or banking too much. The Swiss are proud of their neutrality and financial system, and while they might engage in a discussion, it's best to tread lightly. Also avoid making jokes about Swiss stereotypes, like the obsession with punctuality or the chocolate fixation. They've heard it all before, and while they may chuckle politely, it's best to steer clear of cliches. Another thing to avoid is discussing personal wealth or financial status. The Swiss tend to be quite private about their finances, and you might find that conversations about money can make people uncomfortable. Instead, focus on shared interests, travel experiences, or the beauty of the Swiss landscape. You'll find that the locals are more than happy to chat about their favorite hiking trails or the best places to find chocolate. Now, let's shift gears and talk about social gatherings. If you're invited to a party, it's customary to arrive on time, but not too early. Remember that Swiss punctuality. When you do arrive, greet everyone in the room. And if you're bringing a drink, it's polite to ask if anyone would like to share. And if you're offered a drink, it's considered good manners to accept. Just remember to pace yourself. The Swiss enjoy their drinks, but don't go overboard. As you explore Switzerland, you'll likely come across some local traditions and festivals. If you have the chance to experience one, do it. The Swiss love to celebrate, whether it's the colorful Fasnacht Carnival in Basel or the traditional cow parades in the fall. These events are a fantastic way to immerse yourself in Swiss culture and meet locals who are eager to share their traditions with you. Just be sure to respect any customs or rules associated with the event, and you'll be in for a memorable experience. Now, let's talk about shopping. If you're in a store, it's customary to greet the shopkeeper with a grüezi or bonjour, depending on the region. And if you're trying on clothes, make sure to put them back neatly after you're done. The Swiss appreciate orderliness, and leaving a mess behind is a definite no-no. Also, be prepared for some serious sticker shock when it comes to prices. Switzerland is known for its high cost of living, so if you find a lovely souvenir, think twice before splurging. As we wrap up our cultural journey through Switzerland, let's talk about tipping. Tipping is not mandatory in Switzerland, as service charges are typically included in your bill. However, if you receive exceptional service, rounding up the bill or leaving a small tip is a nice gesture. Just remember, it's not expected, so don't feel pressured to leave a large amount. The Swiss are generally quite content with a simple danke or merci for good service. So, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the cultural norms to follow when visiting Switzerland. From punctuality to dining etiquette and everything in between, I hope you feel inspired and ready to explore this beautiful country. Remember, the Swiss are friendly folks who appreciate respect, politeness, and a good sense of humor. So, embrace the culture, enjoy the breathtaking scenery, and don't forget to try the chocolate. Before you go, make sure to check out the links below for some fun activities and experiences you can enjoy while in Switzerland. Whether you're looking for thrilling outdoor adventures or relaxing spa days, there's something for everyone in this stunning country. And don't forget to subscribe to Impeccable Planet for more travel tips, cultural insights, and inspiring adventures from around the globe. Thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Safe travels, and remember to embrace the Swiss way of life.